The Casiotone CT-S200 and CT-S300 released 2 years ago were extremely well received as they were super portable, came in cheerful colors and evoked a sense of nostalgia with the Generation X. However, the existing Casiotones have a couple of weaknesses. The different models were also configured in a way that didn't quite align with what the market really wanted. Casio listened to their customers, maybe watched a couple of my videos and read a few of the comments on my channel, and they came out with the Casiotone CT-S1. How much better is the CT-S1 over its predecessors and competitors with regard to the notable features, key action, sound quality, build quality, and functionality? Watch till the end of this video to find out. I will also demo as many of the inbuilt tones as possible. All I ask from you in return for my effort is to destroy that like button. It costs you absolutely nothing except maybe a sore thumb, but helps me to continue making quality videos. By the way, you are in luck if you want to learn to play the piano in 30 days. The sponsor of today's video, Skillshare, is giving the first 1,000 of my subscribers who click the link in the description a free trial of premium membership. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions of creative and curious lifelong learners come together to improve themselves with thousands of inspiring classes. Whether you are a beginner trying to learn your first piano tune or an advanced musician interested in jazz improvisation, being a Skillshare member gets you unlimited access to thousands of inspiring classes for different skill levels. For less than $10 a month, you get classes that are curated specifically for learning with no disruptive ads so you can stay focused and productive. I love taking portraits of my family, so I recently joined Jessica Kobesi's class to learn how to shoot Instagram-worthy portraits. Her lessons on planning, shooting, and editing my family portraits has improved my photography skills. So what are you waiting for? Be the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description and get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership so you can learn new skills and explore your creativity. Let's start by taking a look at some of the notable features of the Casiotone CT-S1. Casio is serious about the portability of this keyboard, even more so than the existing Casiotones, which are already very portable. Not only do you get a built-in carrying handle, Casio also included 2 mounting points below the CT-S1 for you to attach a standard guitar strap and carry your keyboard anywhere like a guitar. With these straps attached, you can play your CT-S1 like a guitar. Yes, you heard me right, a guitar. The compact form factor of the keyboard helps to make it lightweight at just 4.5 kilograms or 9.9 pounds. You can operate the CT-S1 on 6 AA batteries if you are not near an electrical outlet, although I would have liked the option to power the keyboard with a power bank instead. In addition to the usual class-compliant USB MIDI functionality, you have the option of plugging in a wireless Bluetooth dongle into the USB port. With this dongle, you can wirelessly connect via MIDI to your mobile DAW or stream backing tracks via Bluetooth to your keyboard speakers. You also have the option to use the auxiliary audio in port if you do not have the optional Bluetooth device. The CT-S1 can perform voice cancelling on both the Bluetooth and auxiliary audio tracks for you to play or sing along with. While the fabric speaker covers on the Yamaha PSR E373 looks cheap, the fabric speaker cover on the CT-S1 has a premium design feel to it. The fabric design does a great job in softening the hard plastic look of the CT-S1. The fabric also seems resistant to pet fur, which is not something I can say about my Yamaha PSR E373. Casio paid attention to small details. There is a strip of felt where the keys meet the chassis, preventing dust from getting into the CT-S1. Nothing screams cheap keyboard like the gap between the keys and the chassis when you play a note. This felt strip solves this. Another detail I love is the Casio and Casiotone logos embossed into the plastic. All this attention to detail and classy color combination ensure the CT-S1 will look just as good 10 years down the road. The Casiotone CT-S1 is available in 3 colors: black, white, and red. But in my opinion, this shade of red is the best looking color among the 3. You can find more information and latest prices in the video description. With the existing Casiotones, you don't get touch-sensitive keys if you prefer the cheerful white and red colors of the CT-S200. You'll be happy to know that no matter which color you choose, you will get 61 full-size touch-sensitive keys with your CT-S1. There are 4 different velocity curves for you to choose from depending on your playing style. The CT-S1 doesn't come with weighted hammer action keys, but it has a light semi-weighted action similar to the Yamaha NP32, Korg B2N, and Alesis recital keyboards. My fingers felt confident on the matte keytops, which are lightly textured. I also had no issues with quick repeated notes. I could repeatedly sound a note without having to totally lift my fingers off the keys. A feature piano players will undoubtedly appreciate. The keys are noticeably quieter than those found on current Casio keyboards in a similar price range. Hopefully, these keys will continue to be as quiet after extended use. If you want to know what keyboards, digital pianos, headphones, speakers, or music learning apps I personally recommend, do check out the description after this video. Casio is emphasizing quality over quantity this time. Instead of the 400 voices found on the existing Casio tones, the CT-S1 contains 61 tones using Casio's new AIX sound engine. 28 of the most often used tones can be quickly selected via the panel. This addresses one of the major complaints on existing Casiotone CT-S200 and CT-S300, where there wasn't really a way to change tones quickly. The 28 panel tones are grouped into 7 categories. They are piano, electric piano 1, electric piano 2, organ, keyboard, synth, and others. You get 4 variations in each category, namely a standard voice, an advanced voice, a modern voice, and a vintage voice. For the standard button variation, you get the best of Casio's staple AIX sounds, such as this. The voices in the advanced category are special patches with velocity switch samples, DSP effects, and articulations. In the modern voice category, you will find the tones used in many contemporary music. Finally, in the vintage category, you can find more instrument voices popular in music prior to the 80s. After listening to these tones, you should have realized that Casio is focused on keyboard tones with the CT-S1, which is quite a deviation from the existing Casio tones, which are arranger keyboards. All of the 61 tones, including the remaining 33 voices, can be selected by holding down the tone variation button and pressing a corresponding key. These voices can be layered, a feature the current Casio tones don't have. You can also thankfully adjust the volume mix of the voice layers. With 64 notes of polyphony, you are unlikely to experience note dropouts, as there isn't a rhythm accompaniment feature on the CT-S1 to rob you of your precious note polyphony. I don't think anyone missed the rather uninspiring rhythm accompaniments on the existing Casio tones, and that's why Casio didn't include it in the CT-S1. Instead, Casio decided to remind us of their heritage by including 11 classic tones from their VL Pocket synthesizer, CT-101 Casiotone, CZ, and VL1 synthesizers from the 1980s. To shape your sound, there are 24 configurable reverbs, but the chorus delay and DSP effects are hardwired into most of the tones and cannot be configured or turned off. You can also apply 10 preset equalizer settings configured for jazz, rock, classical, and dance music. There is also a surround sound feature which can be turned on or off with a convenient panel button. This surround feature does not apply when you are using headphones. I am happy that Casio has listened to our cries for a way to store the registrations that we painstakingly configured on a Casiotone. On a macro level, the CT-S1 inherits the My Setup feature from the existing Casiotones. This feature stores the unique way you like your keyboard to be set up every time you turn it on. That's why it is called My Setup. But in addition to this, you get 7 tone memory slots. After editing your tone, layering your sound, and balancing your volume mix, you can easily save these into a tone memory. Before we continue with this review, don't forget to be the first 1,000 to click the link in the description for a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership where you can attend a course to learn to play the piano in 30 days. The Casiotone CT-S1 comes with most of the standard features you would expect from any keyboards these days. There is a metronome and a mini headphones jack that doubles as an audio output for you to connect to more powerful amplifiers. In my opinion, Casio has missed an opportunity by not equipping the CT-S1 with a pair of stereo quarter-inch outputs. This will elevate the CT-S1 to a credible gigging and busking keyboard. The tiny Yamaha reface can do it, so there's little reason why Casio can't. There is a transpose and octave shift function, 17 scale tunings, including many popular oriental tunings, and a port for you to connect an external pedal. You can use the pedal to turn on and off the metronome in addition to controlling the usual sustain, soft, and sostenuto needed for piano playing. It is notable that you can configure which voice layer the pedal controls, especially important when playing a piano tone layered with strings where you want to sustain the piano sound but not the strings section. If you don't want to bring a pedal with you when you are out of the house, the CT-S1 also comes with an inbuilt note sustain function where you can even configure how long you want the notes to sustain. As a scratch pad for your musical ideas, the CT-S1 has a ridiculously simple to use single-track, single-song recorder. I'm glad that Casio gave this keyboard a reasonably powerful pair of amplifiers that drives 2 13cm speakers. Even with the volume cranked to its maximum, the sound output is clear, well-defined, and free from any perceptible distortion. I have links to my recommended headphones and more powerful speakers in the description, so do check those out after this video. Compared to the existing Casiotones, the CT-S1 feels noticeably more premium. The keys and buttons have a nice tactile feel. The volume knob has a good amount of resistance, and a knob, absolutely no pun intended, is what I prefer over sliders and buttons with little LED lights for volume control. The chassis has no flex, especially at the bottom of the keys where the edge is, an issue which plagues every single cheap keyboard I encounter. Casio has reinforced the chassis where it matters without adding too much to the weight. The judicious use of textures also makes the hard plastic feel less cold and cheap. While the keyboard comes with a music rest, it feels mismatched. It gives me a feeling like the music rest was just plucked out from a common parts bin and put together in this package. The music rests also don't give me the confidence to place heavier songbooks on it. I hope you enjoyed my review, and don't forget to get your premium Skillshare trial membership in the description below. All I ask from you in return for my effort is for you to smash that like button. It costs you absolutely nothing, but helps me to continue making quality videos. My name is Jeremy C, and I'll see you in my next video.